Despite the towering shadow cast by his father, John Lennon's son has long kept a guarded silence about the truths that linger in the family's history. Now, at 61, he has stepped forward to confirm what many had quietly suspected for years. This revelation sheds new light on the complexities behind the Lennon legacy, revealing struggles and emotions that were hidden from public view. It speaks to a lifetime of carrying both the weight of fame and the challenges of personal identity. The admission not only offers a deeper understanding of the man behind the name, but also invites a reconsideration of the narratives that have surrounded the Lennon family for decades. As this story unfolds, it promises to reshape how fans and historians alike view the intertwined lives of a musical legend and his son. John Lennon was born on October 9, 1940, in Liverpool, England, during the difficult times of World War II. His early family life was unstable because his father, Alfred, worked on ships and was often away from home. This absence created a sense of uncertainty for young John. Matters became more complicated when Alfred disappeared for 6 months, leaving the family without his presence. During this period, John's mother, Julia, moved on with another man, which changed the family dynamics even further. As a result, John was raised primarily by his Aunt Mimi, who took on the responsibility of caring for him. This upbringing by his aunt shaped much of his childhood, providing a more stable environment despite the earlier instability. The challenges John faced in his early years influenced his personality and later artistic expression as he carried the memories of his fragmented family life with him into adulthood. From an early age, John faced significant struggles that shaped his life. He was expelled from kindergarten because of behavioral problems, which marked a difficult start to his education and social life. Even though his aunt took care of him, providing a stable home environment, John still felt the heavy absence of his parents. This longing for his family was a constant emotional challenge. Matters worsened when his father tried to take him away to New Zealand without his mother's consent. This event forced John into a painful position where he had to choose between his parents, a decision no child should ever face. These experiences of separation, confusion, and emotional turmoil left a lasting impact on John, influencing his personality and later his music. John Lennon spent much of his early years living with his Aunt Mimi and her husband George, who provided a stable home environment during his childhood. It was George who gave John his first musical instrument, a harmonica, sparking the beginning of his lifelong passion for music. Meanwhile, John's mother Julia played a crucial role in nurturing his musical interests. She would visit regularly and introduce him to new sounds and instruments, teaching him to play the banjo. Julia also shared her love of music by playing records of Elvis Presley, whose style and energy left a lasting impression on John. These early experiences with both his aunt and mother helped shape John's musical foundation, blending the support and discipline of Aunt Mimi with the creative inspiration from Julia, setting the stage for his future as a groundbreaking artist. In 1958, John Lennon experienced a profound tragedy when his mother, Julia, was killed in a car accident. This event shook him deeply and left a lasting mark on his life. The loss of Julia brought about a wave of intense anger and grief that John struggled to manage. This emotional turmoil influenced his behavior significantly, leading to a rebellious streak during his school years and beyond. The pain from losing his mother created a complex mix of emotions that shaped his personality and outlook on life. It fueled a sense of frustration and restlessness, which often came across in his actions and attitudes. This period of mourning and confusion was a pivotal point in John's development, affecting how he related to others and how he expressed himself creatively. The memory of Julia remained a powerful influence throughout his life, touching both his personal experiences and his artistic work. When John Lennon was just 15 years old, his deep love for music inspired him to start a band called the Quarrymen, a name taken from his high school. This group played a lively mix of skiffle, a popular style at the time that combined jazz, blues, and folk, along with rock and roll tunes. The Quarrymen quickly became a local sensation, performing at school dances and small events. It was during one of these performances in 1957 that a significant moment occurred. John met Paul McCartney. This meeting sparked a musical connection that would grow into one of the most legendary partnerships in music history. Their collaboration would later transform the world of music, but it all began with that simple band formed by a teenager passionate about playing and sharing songs with friends. The Quarrymen's early days laid the groundwork for the incredible journey that followed. From the beginning of his musical journey, John's passion for music was clear. but it was met with resistance from his Aunt Mimi. His mother, understanding his desire to play, helped him buy his first guitar. This guitar had to be delivered to his mother's house because Aunt Mimi disapproved of John's musical ambitions and did not want the instrument in her home. Despite this opposition, John's determination only grew stronger. This early act of rebellion set the tone for much of his youth, where he often pursued his interests against the wishes of those around him. His persistence in the face of disapproval shaped not only his character, but also his approach to music, fueling a rebellious spirit that would become a hallmark of his early career and influence his path to becoming a legendary artist. Stuart Sutcliffe, a close friend of John Lennon, played a crucial role in shaping John's artistic outlook and musical journey. As an art student with a natural talent for painting, Stuart introduced John to the world of art and literature beyond the usual scope of popular music. This friendship sparked a deeper appreciation in John for creative expression in various forms. Their bond went beyond just personal connection. It influenced the early identity of the band that would become the Beatles. Stuart joined the group as the bassist, contributing not only his musical skills, but also helping to define the band's early image and style. Through Stuart's influence, John began to see music and art as intertwined forms of creativity, which shaped his approach to songwriting and performance. This relationship was a foundation for the merging of art and music that defined much of John's later work. The impact of Stuart's artistic perspective helped steer John towards a broader cultural awareness, which resonated throughout the band's evolving sound and visual presentation. This period marked a significant chapter in John Lennon's life, where friendship and artistic influence converged to leave a lasting imprint on his career and on the music world. The Beatles, who initially started as the Quarrymen, began to take their music seriously as they sought to develop their unique sound. Their time in Hamburg, Germany, played a crucial role in this transformation. For over 2 years, they performed in clubs and venues, often playing long sets that honed their skills and stamina. This intense period of live performances helped them become tighter as a band and more confident on stage. The experience also exposed them to the city's wild nightlife, which included experimenting with drugs. This lifestyle was a stark contrast to their beginnings, but influenced their music and outlook in significant ways. Their Hamburg days were a mix of hard work and personal exploration, shaping them into the iconic band they would become. John married Cynthia Powell in 1962, after she became pregnant, marking the beginning of their life together amid the rising fame of his music career. Their relationship was tested by many challenges, especially as John's drug use became more frequent, and his public image grew increasingly complex. The pressures of fame, and the lifestyle that came with it, put a strain on their marriage, creating distance between them. Over time, John's focus shifted, and he began a relationship with Yoko Ono, which ultimately led to the end of his marriage to Cynthia. Despite the difficulties, their early years together were significant in John's personal life, shaping some of his experiences before his world changed dramatically with his new partnership. Despite John Lennon's global reputation as a peace advocate and cultural icon, his son Julian Lennon has voiced strong feelings of resentment and anger toward him. Julian has shared that he felt deeply hurt by John's past comments and actions, which created a painful distance between them. While the world saw John as a symbol of love and harmony within their family, Julian experienced a lack of love and communication. This contrast between public image and private reality left Julian feeling neglected and misunderstood. His reflections reveal the complexity of their relationship, showing that fame and public persona do not always reflect the true nature of personal connections. Julian's perspective sheds light on the emotional struggles behind the scenes, where the gap between a father's public message and his personal behavior caused lasting pain. John Lennon first encountered Yoko Ono in 1966 at an art exhibit, a meeting that would change the course of his life. Their connection quickly grew beyond friendship, blossoming into a deep partnership that was both personal and creative. They married in 1969, a union that attracted intense media attention because of their fame and the nature of their relationship. Together, they became known for their passionate activism for peace, often using their public platform to promote anti-war messages during a turbulent time in history. Their efforts included famous events like the Bed-In for Peace, which captured the world's imagination. However, this relationship also brought significant changes to John Lennon's personal life. It marked the end of his first marriage to Cynthia Powell, as his commitment to Yoko Ono took precedence. Their partnership was complex, blending art, music, and activism, and it remained a defining aspect of John Lennon's life and legacy. During the Beatles' rise to fame, John Lennon became a key figure whose influence shaped much of the band's identity and success. As the group's popularity soared, the intense spotlight brought immense pressure that affected all members, especially Lennon. The constant attention and demanding schedule began to wear on him, creating stress that was difficult to manage. Additionally, tensions within the band started to grow as creative differences and personal conflicts emerged. John's outspoken nature led to controversy, particularly when he made remarks about religion that shocked many fans and the public. His willingness to experiment with LSD also reflected a period of personal exploration and struggle, which further complicated his life amid the fame. These challenges tested the group's unity and John's well-being as they navigated their unprecedented success and the complicated world that came with it. Despite his immense talent and success, John Lennon faced intense struggles with the pressures that came with fame. The constant spotlight and expectations weighed heavily on him, leading to internal battles with personal demons. One of the most significant challenges he confronted was drug addiction, which affected both his health and his relationships. These difficulties were not hidden from the public. They surfaced in his music, where raw emotion and vulnerability became evident. His lyrics often revealed a man wrestling with his own identity and the overwhelming nature of stardom. Moreover, Lennon's openness about his struggles and outspoken nature created tensions within the Beatles, as differing views and personal issues among the band members grew more pronounced. These conflicts contributed to the unraveling of their partnership, ultimately leading to the band's breakup. His journey through fame and addiction paints a complex picture of a gifted artist caught between his public persona and private battles, shaping the legacy he left behind. In the beginning, Julian Lennon harbored feelings of anger toward his father, John Lennon, due to the complexities of their relationship and the absence he felt during his childhood. Over time, however, Julian began to reflect deeply on his father's life and the impact he had on the world. This reflection led him to a place of forgiveness, where he chose to let go of resentment and instead focus on the positive memories and the enduring legacy John left behind. By embracing forgiveness, Julian found a way to heal emotional wounds and connect with the spirit of his father's artistic and humanitarian contributions. This shift not only allowed Julian to appreciate the father he had, but also empowered him to move forward with his own life, carrying a sense of peace and understanding. The process of healing through forgiveness became a crucial step for Julian in honoring John Lennon's memory while forging his own path.